Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for Tuesdays with Tay. I wanted to take a minute to connect with you all, so this is going to be a little bit different content than normal. As I've started releasing music, I have gained a lot of new followers, a lot of new fans, and I wanted to take some time to introduce myself, and we're going to have some fun with it as well. So first things first, for those of you who don't know, my name is Taylor Friar, but my friends call me Tay. And I am a musician, a singer-songwriter based out of Northwest Ohio. I do all of my recording here at my home studio on my farm. I also am currently doing all of my own production. So everything that you hear is all something that I've created or put together and mashed up. I also play some instruments as well on these tracks. So now that that introduction is out of the way, I thought that we could have a little bit of fun, and we are going to go through some of the top questions that I get in my DMs on a daily basis as a female musician. For those of you who are musicians, I am going to skip the number one question that I get asked every day, which is, first of all, are you a musician? With then the follow-up question of, would you like to buy some promotion? Because as you all know, all of us get those every single day, 5 times a day. So, first question, what instruments can you play? So I actually went to university for music. I went as a cello music major. When you go as a music major, you have to take piano, it's mandatory, and then cello was my primary instrument. Now, in addition to that, I spent a decent chunk of my time at university as a music education major, which for those of you who don't know how it works or are not music educators, I had to learn to play a lot of different instruments. So to name a few, I learned violin, bass, I can play guitar, as you guys have seen. Ukulele is something I taught myself in the last couple of years, which you've also seen. But I also took a clarinet class, flute, saxophone, trumpet, trombone, and I think that about covers it. I don't want to say that I'm good at all of those instruments. I probably could still work my way around one if I needed to. But I did learn a lot of different things. So it was a fun experience. Maybe not so fun in the moment, but it's fun looking back on it now. Next question, do you have any pets? So I have 2 dogs, which some of you have seen in some of my cover videos and some of my TikToks. Their names are Oakley and Molly. I'm actually really excited they haven't jumped up because they are laying on the couch watching me film this. I also have a outdoor cat named Wiley. I also have a stray cat named Leonard who seems to have made his home here. And then I have 2 horses named Allegra and Ghost. They are American paint horses, and I used to do barrel racing with them. And then the usual star of the show and of my conversations with friends is my miniature donkey, and his name is Coco. I've actually made a video or 2 that actually include Coco. He likes to donkey speak. He likes to hee-haw, usually in the middle of me trying to do takes in my sunroom. What is your favorite color? So my favorite color is definitely purple, and to be honest with you, it is all shades of purple. So when I used to barrel race, I actually have purple tack for Allegra. I definitely really love the color lavender. I've always loved the color lavender. I promise it is not just because Taylor Swift just put out a song called Lavender Haze. What made you decide to become a musician? So I don't know that anyone really decides to become a musician. So I started playing cello in the 5th grade. I was really lucky to be in a school district that had a program that started in 5th grade. I remember very distinctly wanting to play violin, and I was talked into playing the cello, which is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. Going through junior high and high school, I was very, very active in the local orchestra program. I was in a bunch of, extracurricular orchestras outside my own school district, and I just did a lot of different music things. Now in college, I think the music scene is especially cool. So at university, we would all do just different things with music, not just on our primary instruments. We would teach, we would do fun projects, we would do a lot of karaoke and stuff like that, which we did as a procrastination, but it was still really fun, and it was really fun to just make music and be around people. Since I was learning instruments and taking all these classes, I just kept doing that. So I started off by teaching myself to play guitar. I would sing along to that guitar in college. My neighbor, my senior year, bless his heart, Cameron, got to listen to me pretty much every night playing that guitar, singing something random. But it just kind of went on from there. So even at a young age, I really, really like writing. So I've always written poetry. I used to publish my poetry. I've been published as a student, a young person, in a couple different anthologies. And I really loved experimenting with putting words and music together. And I've always kind of done that on the down low, to be super honest with you. I just didn't always advertise it. So as I, moved into the pandemic, I started doing it a little bit more because I had more time due to what was going on in the world. And honestly, just one day, I just kept writing and I never stopped. And I kept creating and I never stopped. And to be honest with you, I don't think that's necessarily a decision that somebody makes. I think it's always something that's in them. The decision that I did make was to decide to start publishing my music. So I first started on this channel publishing some covers, and I also did original songs. So the first original song I shared with you guys was Circles. And that was honestly something that was very cathartic to me because of what I was going through when I wrote that song. And once I started doing it and started openly doing it at the urging of a couple different friends who had heard my music, honestly, I became, for lack of a better word, I became addicted to it. I loved the response that I was getting from people, from the different friends that maybe I didn't show my music to before, but showed it to them as it started developing and getting better. And honestly, I just kept running with it. So the last big decision I made with my music, honestly, was to hook up with a distributor and start putting music out on streaming platforms. And part of that decision came from just wanting to take the next step to see what would happen. And part of it was just because I may not be the best vocalist in the world. I know that I'm not. I know that I'm not the best instrumentalist in the world. I'm just not. There's so many great talents out there. There's also really, really great writers out there that write these really amazing things. And me deciding to put my music out on streaming platforms was really me honestly owning myself and coming to terms with the fact that I also have something important to say. I have something to share with the world. I have something special that I really want to share from a writing perspective, from a vocalist perspective, and from an instrumentalist perspective. So that honestly for me was just a leap of faith I had to take. And I'm really excited I did it. I've seen a lot of really great response from friends, from family, and honestly from so many people that I did not know until I put my first song out. So if you're watching this, I'm very, very thankful for every single one of you that has, sent a kind word, who has streamed my music, and I'm excited to see what we can keep producing moving forward. The last question is the one that I have been getting the most of lately, especially as I've been getting out there more through all these different channels and playlists and stuff like that with Sandcastles. And it is, when are you next putting music out? And I am so excited to tell you guys that I am putting music out this Friday, November 18th. Circles, the official audio, is coming out. So it will be available on all streaming platforms. So Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, TikTok, Instagram, every platform. And I really hope that you guys take some time to listen to it, especially because you all, as my audience, got to see the first version of Circles when it was being written, when I wrote it on ukulele. And now you can see that the finished product. I'm really proud of it. So thank you again for joining me for Tuesday with Tay once again. I am so excited that you joined me. I am going to be doing some more videos based on the questions that I get in my DMs every single day, because some of them honestly are good questions to get to know me. Some of them are also kind of humorous. If you have questions that you'd like to be included in these videos, please put a comment down below. You can also reach me on any of my social medias. So the link to all my social medias will be in the description of this video. As a reminder, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and YouTube, obviously, since we're here. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited that you're here. I'm really excited that we both are here in this moment, and I can't wait to see what's next. Bye, guys.